Jay Buenafe and my favorite minion of all time, Eman Montfort, as LA. Oh, blocked by Mick.
We talk about all the other guys. We talked about Danny Siegel and many of the BARAKO veterans, but Mick Pinisi has been putting up very solid numbers this conference, averaging double-digit rebounds.
Here's Japet, actually matched up against Singletary. Here's Kagiwa. Kagiwa on the move, handoff, Lowhorn, and Lowhorn connects.
Has to be, in terms of athletic ability, hindi siya yung isa dun sa mga pinakamataas na athletic ability dun sa group ng imports natin. But that's where he's gonna attack you down in the paint using his size.
He has to be the widest among all the imports. Siya yung nag-iisang mukhang football player. American football.
Katawan, ha?
He scored what? 28 points? Yung rebound putback lang. Wala, hindi lang ka tumitira sa labas eh.
Nagmukhang mahina nga katawan ni Abueva sa kanila.
Meantime, here's Lowhorn and back-to-back hits for Lowhorn in the opening quarter.
He's shown us that he too has that, you know, he can use his body, yung size niya.
2 minutes having gone by in the opening quarter. Montfort over to Singletary. Singletary baseline outside. Buenafe, that's the specialty of the house.
It's just good ball movement on the part of BARAKO Bull. Started out with a nice pick and roll, and then nag-rotate yung depensa. Mike Singletary, kita natin, willing to pass the basketball.
They go back to Lowhorn, and he misses that time, and that will be last touch on Chris Ellis.
One thing with Lowhorn is that doesn't really look to pass when he gets the basketball. Only 1 assist per game. So in 2 games, he's just had 2 assists total.
As Montfort misses, you can make an argument as GINEBRA runs here. Well, traditionally, I would say what, 80% of imports not really out there to pass the ball. Kasi I think, you know, top of mind would be guys like Kenny Redfield. And yung mga imports who actually enjoy
may spend more time with his back to the basket, so he doesn't really see what's going on in the offensive end. Most of our imports, if not all, lahat sila, madalas sila nakaharap doon sa basket ngayon because of the size that they have.
Some problems in the backcourt for BARAKO, and here's BRGY for 3. Rebound for Lowhorn. I have to admit though, he doesn't look like a guy named Dior. Laki. As Ellis uncorks, and the rebound goes to Pinisi.
Pag nakita mo yung pangalan, niisip mo, designer to.
Signature eh. As Mark Kagiwa snatches the ball away, goes with the behind-the-back dribble, goes between the legs. He attacks, floater is good.
The ability of Mark Kagiwa to make and create baskets, hindi talaga nawawala. The dribbling ability and the burst of quickness to get that shot up.
3-point game for GINEBRA as Mike Singletary makes it a 1-point game after scoring his first 2 points tonight.
Could expect a high-scoring game. BARAKO Bull, one of the teams that actually put up a lot of points on the board.
Lakas yung katawan eh. Tiklob si Mick eh.
He's still upset. They made the mistake of actually jumping.
You tell him, referee, na nasiko daw siya sa dibdib. Meantime, here's Singletary hangs in the air and scores.
And LA is actually pointing to Mick Pinisi. DR Lowhorn could not help because hinahawakan. Look at the bottom of the screen. Hinahawakan ni Mick Pinisi si Lowhorn. Hindi siya makahelp eh.
Para-paraan na lang. We're all tied at 10 apiece with 7.5 to go in the opening period. By the way, earlier, Meralco winning over Talk and Text 92-86. A bit surprising because Talk and Text already had the Gilas boys back except for Jimmy Alapag.
Yeah, but to be fair to Talk and Text, those 3 guys that came back, they also haven't practiced with that group of players na nandyan rin para sa Talk and Text. And Meralco, they've been close a number of
with their dami kasing bagong teammates din. approaching the halfway mark of the opening quarter, and Singletary won against Japet. Help defense by Lohorn, and referee Edward Aquino sees a foul. Tony Mitchell can score 47. If on a hot night, he probably could.
Kanina nakita natin kay Tony Mitchell, most of did not take as much shots as he was taking in the first 2 games of Talking Deck.
As LA spins and 10 to shoot for Ginebra. LA operating from the left side. He fires the 3. Here's Buenafe. That's a turnover.
Did hit the
Meantime, here's Lohorn. And Lohorn goes baseline. Power move from Lohorn.
having a good first quarter. Dior Lohorn already with 8 points. Reminiscent of his first game, and during his first game, dami niya ginawa nung first quarter, pero pagkatapos nun, ang laki naman ng drop-off niya pagkatapos.
Lohorn has 8 of Ginebra's 12 points in the opening quarter. Here's Ronjay Buenafe. Ronjay spins. Shot and a rebound for Lohorn.
I did tell you that he's always looking to shoot pag ginawakan niya yung bola. Naniniwala ka na.
Sabi nila, post player. As JC used to play for Ginebra, connects. And BARAKO. Always nice to see JC healthy.
Yun ang importante.
As Kagiwa misses, and Japet misses the putback. Oh, 2 misses from Japet. Meantime, here's Montfort. BARAKO up by 1. And JC goes back to Eman. Montfort for 3. Yes, sir! And Eman Montfort gives BARAKO a 4-point advantage. 16-12. Back in a moment.
Miguel, parehong galing sa panalo at parehong inaasahan ang kanilang depensa para makaisa ulit. Para sa BARAKO, malaki pa rin ang inaasahan kay Michael Singletary, kay Danny Seagull, kay Ronjay Buenafe at syempre kay Eman Montfort to deliver and execute their plays on both ends. At para naman sa Ginebra, alalay lang daw sa kanilang turnovers and maximize their second chance points para masiguro ang panalo. Balik sa inyo dyan, guys.
You know, there's something different with Erica tonight. TV. Demure vibes. Oh, not used to it actually. I guess siguro big, because I think we're early in the tournament pa eh.
Bakit naman ano? Isn't it Canada Day ba kayo? Di ba?
And I guess, you know, more and more players, you know, getting into the compression system. May sleeve, may yung sa legs, may ano na, t-shirt na.
Kahapon na kita ko yung ano. Eh di ba Thursday? Meron na ako yung mga frame sa bahay, picture.
Oh.
Eh di ba dati meron ako yung cut-offs? Sabi ko yung pala yung ano, sinimula ng compression shirt.
Oh, yung ginupit na t-shirt na puti. Meantime, here's Montfort. Here's Ellis. 16-14, BARAKO Bull on top by 2. As we approach the last 4 minutes of the opening period. Japet, that pass was intended for Lohorn. Ends up with LA. This offensive going nowhere for Ginebra. And LA fires away, and Japet is fouled.
They're hoping he's not hurt.
Japet is still down.
Oh. And he's pointing to his knee.
His right knee.
You see, this is a very good setup on the part of LA Tenor. And Japet goes hard.
Yun. Kasi wala namang nakatama sa kanya. It's how he landed.
Yeah, because of the contact in the air and parang paatras siya nakuha.
Yeah.
You can see.
Yeah, Singletary got him on the forearm. Tapos yung pag-landing, mag-isa na lang si Japet when he landed. Tama ba?
Yeah. You know, you have all your weight going one direction and you're pulled going the other way.
A big hand for Japet who's sprung off the floor, and that's always a good sign na hindi ka inaakay patayo. there's a very concerned look from Francis Chua. His condition.
He has to shoot the free throws.
Kasi may 2 free throws siya eh.
Guy with a basketball. That's the mistake of Barangay Ginebra. Foul anybody.
Now they'll call a timeout para si Japet I think idadalhin na siya sa dugout. That's why Kirby is there. Kirby will... Oh, it's a push.
Foul by the forward, 15 fouls on the other. 14 seconds to shoot.
And the next foul will send the Ginebra player to the free throw line. Here's Tenorio. Willie Wilson in the ball game here, joining Barakael, Lohorn, Tenorio, and Kagiwa. For Barako Ball, Montfort, Singletary, Peña, Intal, and Mark Macapagal. Back pass by Montfort, Singletary on the left side against Wilson. Shot clock down to 12. Barako Ball up by 3. And here's Montfort from the corner. Rebound, Dorian Peña. New shot clock for Barako Ball. Montfort attacks, and the runner is good.
Doesn't really take a lot of two-point shots. He takes 2/3 of his shots from the three-point range. But right there, because you have to respect that three-point shot which he's making so far, able to get down in the middle, wala nang bantay doon.
Now it's a 5-point advantage for Barako Bull. And Lohorn fires from the outside. Second miss from the perimeter, and a foul in the backcourt. Continues in the PBA. He continues to amaze the entire nation with his exploits on the hard court. Continuing to make believers out of doubters like Jason here.
Hindi. Ako. The nice thing about Eman Montfort is there were a lot of talk when he entered and he was already playing for Barako during the preseason. Pero nasaktan siya. But it did not allow, that did not stop him from continuing on with yung kanyang kumpiyansa, because he was during the preseason, he was already doing fairly well.
And then he broke his hand.
Yes.
Tapos nawala siya. Normally pag ganun rookie ka, madi-derail yung yung excitement mo for your first tournament.
Yeah. And he was a rookie na draft that.
And goes in, and for Barako Bull, Eman Montfort sits down for Celino Cruz. Here's Macapagal. 7-point lead for Barako Bull with under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Josh Urbistondo is now part of the ball game here for Ginebra. Lohorn back to Urbistondo. Shot clock down to 9. Helterbrand pulling up, and that's good.
Playing that off-guard position, JJ, that's the thing that he can do. He'll just flare to the sides and be able to get that three-point shot for himself. Or long two, rather.
Peña outside. Keith Jensen will miss. Jensen again. Still no go, and there's Singletary taking care of business and giving Barako a what is this? A 7-point lead. Sorry. Lumabas ang kryptonite, mathematics.
But you know what? Barako Bull, they put up 24 points here and quietly have built a 7-point lead.
Willie Wilson connects. So 30 seconds remaining before the end of the opening quarter. Mark Macapagal in motion. And here's Singletary. Shot clock winding down. Jensen.
Good job on the part of Dorian. Lots of rebounds para dito sa Barako Bull at the end of his first quarter.
Five seconds to go before the end of the opening quarter, and Mac Barakael fires, connects with a 3. that a 3-point or a 2-point? I guess it's just a 2-point shot. But they're checking. Okay, they're checking right now. Our referees are checking the monitor, and it's a 3-point shot. So at the end of the first quarter, Barako Bull is ahead, 26-22. The bad news here for Ginebra, Japet Aguilar got hurt. As you're seeing highlights from Barako Bull, and we'll give you an update on the condition of Japet. That's when he hurt his knee. We'll give you an update on Japet when we return.